Welcome back to Taco Potato Mustang. Time to get some work done on the Fox body. I need to remove the air box so that I can remove the air silencer to free up a little bit more horsepower, but also so I can figure out where this thing is routed. It's supposed to be the cable that runs from the alternator to the starter solenoid, that messy thing over there next to the battery. I didn't get this recorded, but I did remove the battery because safety first. And as you can see, got the intake out. What I want to do next is get this air silencer removed while I have the intake out, and then I'm going to try to locate the path of the cable that goes from the starter solenoid to the alternator. Here is the air silencer. Interesting, it has a little seal like on the other side of the air box. Well, this is, can't really tell much of a difference since it's so dark, but I just pulled out 3 screws and then pulled it out from the bottom. Interestingly, I actually had to pull this, I can't point without putting the thing down. This piece came off in order for me to get it out from underneath the front bumper, or whatever you want to call it. Hang on to that for later. Combined with my K&N stickers, I think the removal of the air silencer will be good for at least 20 additional horsepower. So I haven't gone underneath the car yet, but just a quick show of what I've seen so far. So there is this cable here that is attached to another cable that also comes off the alternator, and this goes down here underneath where the air box was, and then part of it looks like it goes to the headlight, and then another part splits and runs between the radiator and the bumper. And then there's another split, looks like maybe part of it goes to the other headlight, I can't tell right now. And then there's a cable that runs here. And then, let's see. This splits into a million things. This whole thing looks pretty messy. It's kind of hard to tell. Oops, didn't mean to pull that up. It's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like at least one of them attaches to the starter solenoid, and there's definitely no fuse amp thing or breaker that I can see. So looks like I will need to do some sort of makeshift breaker. At the risk of sounding like I'm making more excuses, I think it's a little too chilly today to be crawling underneath the car. So we'll see if it warms up, but in the meanwhile, got a few things in the mail. Probably noticed this if you saw it on Instagram. Finally got my heat gun so that I can start working on taking off the body molding stripe on the Fox body. And also got some terry towels, which I'm going to use to start cleaning up the Roush mufflers for the Dude Stang. And also finally got a drop light, so I can not be as limited by my not so great lighting in the garage when I'm working a little bit later in the evenings. And also I got this a table swivel vise. Right now I have the bracket for the horn. I was trying to take out some of this weld so I can try and get this screw out, but haven't made a ton of progress. I might need to get a torch at some point. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna probably start working on taking off this body molding stripe, and then hopefully it'll get a little bit warmer at some point today, so I can do some other stuff. So I made some pretty good progress. I got most of the red body molding stripe, except for on the doors. So I'm not completely convinced that the stripe on the door is the same type of material. It seems like it might be even painted on. And then also on the rear bumper, it seemed like there were some parts where there was a little bit of flaking and there was some gray underneath. So I'm not sure if maybe, although actually also the tape on the rear bumper came off a little bit more easily. So I'm wondering if maybe that was replaced more recently, or if the rear bumper was painted and then the tape was put on over it or something like that. So still got to do a little bit of cleaning up on some areas and figure out what the gray stuff is, because some of it seems like it was just underneath the red stripe, and then some of it also seems like it was like it's the white paint flaking. So it seems like it's a little different in some spots, but yeah, making some progress. And also that heat gun has got the garage super hot and I'm super sweaty. So break for some gushers. I'm taking a break from working on the body molding stripe to take a look at the wheel well frame situation. So my plan, you can see I have the horn from the ongoing horn saga mounted up. So my plan is to do the Pour 15 kit on this part of the wheel well, on the outside, I guess you call it. Try and get this cleaned up and painted over, and then do maybe a little bit of cleaning with some degreaser on some of the areas around the shock tower. And then once I get that done, then I will get back to the area underneath the battery tray and the other side of the shock tower. I'm not sure if I need to move some of this stuff out of the way. I mean, I don't want to catch any of these wires in the drill, but we'll see. We're going to start on the wheel well, fender well, whatever, first, and go from there. So I made a little bit of progress over the weekend. The only thing now is I'm actually waiting for, so I had originally ordered some spray bottles so that I could use the metal prep, or so I can apply the metal prep and the degreaser for the Pour 15 kit on the rust. I ordered a couple from Chemical Brothers, whatever. And initially the order was accepted, and then I just got an email yesterday saying that they were out of stock and that they were canceling the order. So that sucks. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to pick up some tomorrow, and then I can get back to working on the rust areas and the wheel well, and hopefully make some progress. Yeah, so I didn't make as much progress as I would like to have this weekend, but I'm glad I did get the car up on a jack and start doing a little bit of cleaning up on the rust, and should be able to get a few more things done once I get the spray bottles, and I got a couple other things coming in the mail, and I'm gonna try and make some time one of the evenings in the next week or two, and also on the weekend, to make more progress. So not as sexy of an update, but you know, sometimes these things are slow and require a lot of waiting, especially right now. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you are enjoying my Fox Body Project videos. And if you're new to the channel and you like my video, please hit subscribe. And yep, keep an eye out for the next video. Take care, stay safe, and yes, peace out.